Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Pride33 here, and today I have a Call of Duty Zombies video for you guys. And this is going to be kind of like a tips and tricks, or not a tutorial video, but just like a tips and tricks on how to basically survive in Call of Duty Zombies for as long as you want. It really doesn't matter. So, this strategy will work in pretty much any Call of Duty game that I know of that has zombies. I know for a fact it works in Black Ops 2, and it works also in this Call of Duty. So, here's what you want to do first. Find yourself a gun that you enjoy using. So, for me, it's this gun right here, the PDW. I love using this gun in zombies. And the reason for that is because it's got a very fast fire rate, and it's got a lot of ammo. That's really, really useful in my opinion. Also, I just find it fun to use. And after you find yourself a gun that, you really just have fun using, what you probably want to do is go ahead and find the sodas. Now, I got really lucky, and the two that I would recommend as the best are down here with me right now, and those would be Juggernog and Stamina Up. And the reason I recommend both of those is because Juggernog increases your HP, or the damage you can take, right? And let's be honest, that is really, really helpful. So, getting Juggernog and being able to tank more hits before you go down, that's something, that's just really useful in any kind of zombies game. And that's why I would highly recommend Juggernog. Now, the reason I'd recommend Stamina Up is because it increases your running speed. And so that allows you to, run away from them faster. So after you get those two things, which are, again, the ones that I recommend getting first, and after you have a gun that you enjoy using, what you want to do if you're in Call of Duty Mobile, I don't know if they have this in another Call of Duty, but I know they do for the mobile one, is come over here and, sorry about that, is come over here and get some ups. So what you want is that one, this one, and that one. And in my opinion, those three are the best. Now, I would have read the names out to you, but I was, as you can see, kind of in a rush to get them because of these zombies. But after you get those, or the reason you want to get those is because the Stamina Up, or not the Stamina Up, the one of them increases your percent HP, which is this one right here, Breakthrough, increases your percent HP. One of them increases your percent attack, which is just overall really useful for doing damage to zombies as the waves get higher. And the other one is going to give you a slight damage buff after you kill a zombie, which, since there's so many of them, it's going to be pretty useful. Now, something I would say is, don't rely on the mystery box. A lot of people come over to the mystery box and they try to rely on it for getting their weapons. I'd say that's not really that important. And the reason for that is because, like you just saw, I got the Striker here. And this really isn't that good of a gun. Let's be honest. I just spent $850 for no reason, when I could have spent $750, which is less, and reloaded my PDW here. And that would have been a lot more useful to me. So that's kind of what I would say you want to do, is just find guns like this that you enjoy using, because those you can always reload. You'll always have ammo for those guns, whereas if you get a gun from the mystery box, like the ray gun for example, as fun as it is to use and as powerful as it is, you're not going to have it forever. You're going to be relying on max ammo caches that randomly drop in order to actually refill your ammo. And let's be honest, that happens very rarely. Even if like one of those special things do drop, the chances of it being a max ammo are very low, because there's just so many of them. So after you do kind of that, and after you get your weapons, after you've got your Stamina Up and Juggernog, after you got your buffs, if you're playing Call of Duty Mobile or any other Call of Duty that has them, what you want to do is find an area like this. This is actually the perfect area to demonstrate it, and it's my favorite area to do it. Just find an area where there's a long straightaway that you can run backwards, and it's a circle. The area should be open, and it should be very easy to encircle the zombies. After you do that, and you found an area like this, you can continue looking around for stuff. You can continue trying to get all of the, weapons, all of the things that you need to better your gameplay. Like the rest of the sodas, for example. Maybe you want to get all of those. Which, I'd recommend. There are some very useful ones, and having all of them is definitely useful. But if you just have the two, you're going to be doing pretty good for yourself. And I would say that's probably pretty worth it. I was going to try to revive him, but there's no possible way I can. Well, maybe not. Nope, I'll just cover this guy. Dang it. Another thing that I want to point out is... Whoa. Well, thanks a lot, lad. Another thing I wanted to point out is that... what is it? Grenades. These right here. These are going to be unbelievably useful. Now, I don't know if they have them in all of the Call of Duties. I know in Black Ops 2 they don't. Well, they don't work. I know they have them, but they don't work the same way that they do in Call of Duty Mobile. But basically, if you don't know, in Call of Duty Mobile, the grenades will literally, you can use them forever. They just have to recharge. And they do not take long to recharge. It's like a couple seconds. And the reason that you want to pick up both grenades is, in this map there are two. You want to pick up both of those because you'll always have ammo. Now, I don't have either of them right now, and that's because they're expensive. And I'm trying to get other things instead. But they're still very useful just to have, right? So, like, for example, Tripmine. This is the better one, honestly. Tripmine is really good. It's going to be very useful for clearing out areas of enemies, or just damaging a lot of them, in all honesty. Like, it doesn't do all that much damage, but it just damages multiple zombies at a time, and that's why it is useful, is just for that purpose. The other thing is, if you have both of them, and you run out of ammo, you can throw a grenade, switch to another grenade, throw a grenade. You can do that, so you have more options, other than just using your knife if you run out of ammo. Because, again, you can do this forever. I could, if I wanted to, only use the grenades. Am I going to? No. It takes way too long. But I could. And that's kind of just the point of what I'm trying to make here, is that I could if I wanted to. So yeah, just get stuff that you find enjoyable. Do it for fun. That's what it should be. You should have fun when you play. And anyway, so if you guys do that, if you find an area that you can make a circle in, if you find all of the sodas, you get all the buffs, you do everything you can, right? Then you're set. You can survive for as long as you want. My record is wave 22, and I could have gone way further, but I got bored and decided to quit, because I was the last member of my team playing, and, after a certain time, running around shooting zombies does get boring, let's all be honest. So, yeah, that's kind of why you would want to do this strategy. Anyway, so let me tell you guys why this strategy worked. If you made it to the end of the video, let me reward you with the knowledge on why this strategy actually works, of running around in circles and using the same weapons over and over again for the entire match. So the reason that it works is because if you've played this game long enough, you would have noticed that, there's a certain number of enemies, or zombies on the map at a time, right? Like, for example, it will tell you that there are 64 zombies left till the end of the crap. It'll tell you that there are 64 zombies left till the next wave, or 1 zombie left, right? But you can only, or the game can only handle so many zombies at a time. So, like, for example, if you have, if it says there are 40 zombies remaining, there aren't going to be 40 zombies on the map. There will honestly probably only be around 20 or so, depending on the game. Now, I know for this one, there's probably only around 20, and I could imagine it's similar for console and PC, but you will never, ever have the same amount of enemies, or that max amount of enemies on the map. You can only have around 20, and that's just because the game would crash if it had to render, you know, that many entities running around with their own AIs. I mean, you gotta admit, that'd be pretty hard for any computer to handle. So yeah, guys, if you do those things, like I said, you can survive as long as you want. It does not matter. The sky's the limit. In Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I have survived to wave 50 and then decided to go to bed. Like, I could have tried to break a world record, but I decided to go to bed instead. And that's what I did. This strategy, it works just really well. I'd highly recommend it. I know I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you got some sort of knowledge from it. So yeah. Probably 33 out, guys.